So guys, now let's learn about object literals. Okay, so I'll just quickly make an object. Okay, so to create an object, you obviously need to first of all create a variable. So I'll just write people, which is a variable, right? So I'll just make it shorter. And now to create an object, you need to put curly braces, and inside that you can create any number of data. For example, the name is equals to DIptam, and then age is equals to 20, and I'll add one more string over here. So for example, city is equals to, or country is equals to India. Okay, and then okay, you can clearly see we are getting one red line over here. That is because we need to put a comma to separate two data. Okay, so yeah, now let's just write email is equals to, assume support@refinder.com. okay, and then you can also write not only string or numbers, you can also write boolean values, then you can write some undefined null values. You can also write arrays inside an object. You can also write object inside an object. So you can see I accidentally wrote this 20 as a string, so I need to remove these quotations so that it becomes a number, right? And now let's just write some array. Okay, so I'll just write some like hobbies is equals to box bracket, and inside that I'll just write music, comma, games, something like that. Okay, and then I'll just write address, which is an object. Okay, so object inside an object, so obviously you have to write curly braces, and then I'll just write maybe city is equals to Kolkata, and then state is WB. okay, and you can also write functions inside an object. You don't know functions, right? Obviously, so if you know, that's also fine. So get birth year, okay, and that will be equals to a function, and inside that function I'll just return 1999. okay, but I did a mistake. That is, like, I need to put comma over here obviously, but inside an object you can't write equals to symbol. This is to assign a variable, and we are not creating any variable inside an object, right? So you have to write colon inside instead of this equals to. okay, actually I need to change all this equals to with colons. okay, you can see I changed this equals to with colon. So now if I run it, you can see I need to press Ctrl plus Alt plus Enter, and it will change in every places. But to create a variable you need to write equals to, right? So I need to write equals to over there, and yeah, that's work. So now if I just print this person, console.log person. okay, now if I save it, you can see, well, there is some error. Person is not defined. okay, it's people, not person, people. Now if I save it, you can see we have the name, age, country, email, then hobbies, and then this ... That means there are some more values. And now if I just click on this arrow, you can see we can now see all the values. So we have email, and then we created our hobbies, right? So where is the hobbies? Yeah, you can see we have hobbies. So 0 is music, on 1 is games, the length is 2, perfect. Then we have our birth function. So yeah, inside the functions we have only the year, right? We have only the year, not anything else. And then we have our address object, right, inside the object. So we have our address. Where is that? We don't have our address object. Yeah, we have the address object at the beginning of it. So address is city, Kolkata, state, WB, right? So this is how these things work. And for example, now if you want to print only the name, in that case you can just write the object name dot the data key name. So console.log people.name. okay, now if I save it, you can see now it is printing only DIptam. Let me just quickly comment this thing, and now if I save it, you can see it's printing only the DIptam, that is the name object, the name data, right? So there is one more way to print some data inside an object. So you can just write box bracket, okay, around it. So I'll just remove this point and I'll just write people, that is the object name, and then box bracket. Then I can just write assume country. Okay, and now if I save it, you can see, well, there is some error, country is not defined. Well, yeah, it is actually a string, so we have to put it inside the quotation mark. So now if I save it, you can see it is printing India, right? So that's how you can just get some value from an object. Also we have the age, right? So I'll just quickly print that thing as well. So console dot log people dot age. Okay, now if I save it, you can see we have 20. And now assume we want to print something from hobbies. For example, we want to print the first hobby, that is music. Okay, so I'll just write console dot log then people dot hobbies, and since it is an array, we can use the box bracket. That means we can use the indexing methods, right? So if the music is in 0 index, so I just need to pass 0 over here. Now if I save it, you can see it is printing music, right? And then we have our address, which is also an object inside that object, right? So let's just write console dot log then people, which is the first object name, then we have address, which is the second object name, then inside that second object we have city, right? Yeah, that's it. Now if I save it, you can see it is printing Kolkata. Similarly, we can also use this box bracket method. So I'll just quickly copy it and paste it again, and now I'll remove this city, and the address is the second object, right? And I need to write the box bracket, and inside that I can just write state. Now if I save it, you can see it is printing the state, that is WB, right? And we can also print the functions. So the function is actually returning 1999, right? So I'll just need to write console dot log people, which is the object name, then the function name is actually get birth year, and since it is a function or method, so we have to write parentheses, that's it. And if this function has any kind of argument, so you have to pass that argument over here. Okay, now if I save it, you can see it printing 1999. Okay, so this is all about this object. This is a really quick video on object, and in this way you can create an object in any data type, and you can just get the data by using the dot, dot object dot then the key of that particular data. Okay.